drones over America. Check one, check two, check. Check one, check two, let's go. Live. Hey, good morning, everybody. Drones, 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 drones over America. Drones, 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 drones over America. Hey, they're watching us. Wherever you are, they can see us. Drones, 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 drones. Drones over America. Drones, 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 drones. Drones. Yeah, baby, drone song. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the program. Are we live? We are live. We're live. We're live. We're live. We caught it. We got that performance. Morning, everybody. So I will concede that the drone story of drones flying over America is quite fascinating. It looks like Trump. Thank you, Weevil Girl. Let's give a hand to Weevil Girl. She brought this to my attention. And by the way, interestingly enough, Weevil Girl, I'm wearing your hat right now. This is the hat that Weevil Girl knitted for me a while ago, with the exception of the pom-pom. I'll tell you about that. But this is the hat that Weevil Girl hand knitted for me. It's an American flag, and it had a pom-pom on it, but I took the pom-pom off. I hope you don't mind, Weevil Girl. The pom-pom is not my thing, and it gets in the way of the headset. But thank you for the hat, Weevil Girl. And we're going to talk about drones. Thank you for the report this morning. I wasn't really aware of it. And Trump, I think the thing about what's happening in America is that there's been a lot of sightings. People are seeing. Not just one person, not just one crazy person in the middle of the night, but a lot of people are seeing these giant fucking drones flying in their area. And it looks like Trump said a very fascinating thing. He said, if the drones were enemy drones, for example, if China was driving drones over America, then the U.S. military would instantly shoot it down. Now, that's the ex-president, new president coming in saying that there's no way that the U.S. military would allow Chinese drones to be flying recklessly over the United States, which raises the question, who the fuck is driving these drones? And it's got to be the military knows everything about it, that's for sure. Or they would have shot them down already. You want to tell me that regular people out in New Jersey and New York and Pennsylvania or wherever else are seeing drones, but somehow the military doesn't know what the fuck they are? You want to tell me that that's an accident? So we'll look at that story, and as well the pardons. It looks like there's a little action there on the January 6th pardons. I thought that was the biggest story today, but it looks like the drone story is really the one I want to dig into. And thank you everybody for joining me. Just bear with me. I'm kind of late to this drone story, but this is my thumbnail. And the New York Post is trying to say that there are a whole lot of military bases around these drone sightings. So, is that, or they're actually saying something even more bizarre. They're saying that Chinese-owned land, the land owned by Chinese corporations in America, is where are located very close to our military sites, and that it's aspiring. It's some sort of spy operation. Now, I'm not going to bite too deeply into that because Chinese corporations own a lot of things in America, and they have every right to do it. They have the cash. They go out there and they buy shit, and so what? That's the American way. If you have money, you can buy land. So I'm not so quick to blame the Chinese right now. And again, as Trump said, if it was some sort of foreign adversary doing it, the military would have shot it down, and they have not done that. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Weevil Girl, for the tip. Vinny D Martini in the house. Mikkel Sly. Mikkel, my brother, is home sweet home. Welcome home, Mikkel Sly. What else? Who else is here? And everybody else is lurking. If you're joining us late, my name is Marcus Conte. This is my website. I have a website, and every morning, most of the time, we are live. Right here on YouTube, this is the bread and butter of the investigations that go on. It all starts here live because we're just an extension of live all the time. We're always live, except at 9 a.m. we actually push the button and record it. So this is the Morning Report, one of the longest running educational philosophical live streams in America. I'm actually proud of that fact. That when you look back on it, yeah, there was Tim Pool doing that shit in like 2012, but not the way we were doing it in 2000, later, as it got more developed. So anyway, and certainly the COVID, the COVID days that we captured on film, amazing moments, the smashed windows, the riots, the looting, the burning. That went on, but longest running show. And so let's start here. If you want to contribute to the program, by the way, you can do that. PayPal, Patreon, and also Zelle. So let's start here with a wild brawl. So you're in the airport. This is O'Hare Airport, and watch these motherfuckers beat the shit out of each other with wet floor signs. Watch this. This is a good fight. Oh man, it's 3-on-1. This is 3-on-1. The guy in the white shirt is a badass. He says, "You want more? I'll take the pole. I'm going to hit you with a pole." That's the end of that. Watch again. The guy with the white shirt is a fucking fighter. He knows what he's doing. The guy with the white shirt knows what he's doing. He's not even out of breath. Hey, you want some pole? You want some pole? I'll give you some pole, motherfucker. So that's a good exchange right there. Thank you guys for the entertainment at O'Hare Airport. Nobody arrested, no charges filed. Just a funny fight that breaks out in the airport. Trump says government knows what's happening on drones. The drones are flying all over. Let's listen to Trump first, and then we'll dive into the drone story.
Good to see you.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey ports? It seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening.
Bingo. The government knows what's happening, Trump says. The President of the United States says.
Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went.
That's right.
And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows, and our military knows, but they're not commenting. That is the answer of the decade on these drones. That's the $64,000 question is who's doing it, and Trump just gave you the answer. It wasn't. If it was foreign adversaries, they would have blew those fuckers down, and they didn't do it. Our president knows.
Our president.
And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it.
Bingo.
something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster.
You
Want to know
shoot
the
them
truth.
down.
They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
So Trump knows the story. Trump is privy to some special information there, and what I'd like to get out of the way is that it is real. This is a real phenomenon. People are really seeing it. Weevil Girl this morning told me that she saw a fucking car-sized drone flying over somewhere in Wisconsin. People are seeing these things. So I haven't seen it. I'm going to go outside and try to find something. Maybe go by airports or something. I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to go. I mean, just walk around looking up. I do that anyway at night sometimes when, looking at the stars. But to look up for drones, I guess I'll start doing that. So let's listen to some of these reports on the sightings.
I've been skeptical of this story. As a resident of New Jersey, as a journalist here, I thought it was going to be some sort of yahoos, and we would get a laugh out of this in several weeks. What happened yesterday completely changed my entire view on this story. Earlier in the afternoon, I was out with the Ocean City Sheriff's Department. They have a drone unit. They've investigated these things. They've saw a bunch over the weekend. We did not see any with them last night. I was coming back home. I got a tip. Monmouth County. They're spotting them in Monmouth County. That's where I live. So
this is what they look like. What I see is
raced up here.
I see some flashing green and red lights, definitely a white light.
And I tried to figure out where the picture was that somebody sent me.
It's definitely a craft of some sort. It's definitely a human-engineered craft. There's no doubt about it. Because this is what we do. We put flashing lights on our vehicles.
And sure enough, I saw one. So I trailed it to a neighborhood, a dead-end street, and I got out of my car and I took my phone out with my iPhone, and I couldn't really capture it, but I was staring literally at this drone 200 feet above me, maybe.
This guy's a reporter. Why don't you have a fucking camera that can capture anything? That's rule number one when you report. Always have a fucking camera, right? You got a call for a camera guy? Oh, how stupid.
I called our photographer, Nick, and I said, get up here as soon as you possibly can. Meet me at this location, etc. I tracked a few more to the location where we are right now, over a body of water behind us. And I got to say, Brian, over the next 2 hours, we saw dozens and dozens of these things.
Dozens and dozens of these things. Holy shit.
And they look like nothing you've ever seen before. I'm not even sure I'm right in calling them a drone. They looked like they were fixed wing.
Look, there's absolutely no way. I'll go on the record. I'm going to go more on the record. There is no fucking way that a drone these types of drones of this capacity of the level of amount, how many drones there are. There's no way that would be a foreign entity doing it. The United States military would have blown it out of the fucking sky, and that's for sure. Right? There's no doubt about it.
Aircraft. They had multiple, blinking lights.
What I'm trying to say, it's an inside job. So let's continue.
They did not look anything like a plane, because there's plenty of planes flying overhead. Like tonight, they're not here. We're seeing just planes. Last night was totally different. They look creepy.
Right. It's a different kind of craft. It's not a plane. It's like a helicopter. It hovers, and it's stealth. These things don't make noise. Right? Have you ever been close to a drone? Very little noise. It's just a little like a fan, the sound of a fan.
And they move at a different pace. We tried to even follow a couple. They went off in the distance and disappeared. It's completely rewired my brain on this topic, and I'm a believer, and we need answers.
I'm a believer. I never was not a believer. I am a believer. Who's doing it and what the fuck is it? You can't jump to nefarious activity. Who's doing it and why? Someone had said, I think someone in the chat said yesterday that the reason why the military is flying drones and creating fear is that they want to make flying drones illegal. Like, you can't fly drones. Drones are good tools, especially if you're reporting, and you can fly over things and see things from the sky. That's an ancient practice. They used to use kites and balloons to do that before there were drones. Flying a kite over the enemy to see what was going on.
And we don't have answers, and we need someone to step up and say, here is what's going on. Because otherwise, like, we're heading down this path in New Jersey and these states where people are just going to take this into their own hands.
Yeah, and I'm looking.
That's crazy, right? So what else we got here? So this is the facts. Radioactive waste that went missing from New Jersey is found without drones. So minuscule amounts of radioactive waste that went missing on December 2nd, reports of which prompted theories that the drones were secretly searching for radioactive substances or a dirty bomb, has been found. And no drones were used in the process. Wow. So what I don't even know what I'm reading. According to the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection reported that there was a small amount of radioactivity. I don't know what this story is really about, so I'm going to fucking blow over. Drones spotted near at least 17 military bases located next to Chinese-owned land in U.S. Okay, time out. There's a lot of foreign-owned properties in America. Let's not jump and blame fucking China for it, like we blame China for the coronavirus, which nobody fucking knows where it came from. At least 17 military bases adjacent to Chinese-owned farmland across the U.S. have experienced a rash of drone sightings in recent weeks. Mysterious drones have been reported near military bases in Hawaii, Utah, California, Maine, Florida, among other facilities scattered throughout the country. The Post previously identified, this is the Post identifying, the New York Post, previously identified 19 military bases that lie in close proximity to farmland bought by the Chinese. Okay, next story, because I'm not totally fucking buying that. I'm not buying that it's Chinese, but let's look. Let's look anyway. Right? So all these bases, Maine Army National Guard, Naval Station, drones flying everywhere. Do we have? I think there was another one. There was another fucking clip. Hold on a second. What's the other clip? What's the other clip? Oh yeah, here's another clip.
Going to pursue this. I know the House Intelligence Committee is having a hearing on this. We need to identify who is behind.
So this guy is spinning the China is behind it theory, right? Why is he spinning? Who is he? Rep? What the fuck is his name?
Pursue this. I know the House Intelligence Committee is having a hearing on this. We need to identify who is behind these drones.
Why don't you just bring in the generals? Bring in the generals of the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines and line them up in the fucking at Congress and ask them point blank, who's fucking behind the drones? That's all you got to do. Ask them under oath, and don't let them tell you it's military secrets and we're not allowed to answer. Answer the fucking question, and we'll go to jail. This is Congress, motherfucker.
My judgment, based on my experience, is that those that are over our military sites are adversarial and most likely are coming from the People's Republic of China.
All right, that's a fucking wild accusation to make. That is a wild accusation to make.
You'll be satisfied with what you hear today?
Probably not. I think they're going to say they don't.
This is a jerk off. This guy's a jerk off, McCall, blaming Russia without any evidence, blaming China without any evidence. Ooh, I slipped and said Russia. Well, next week it'll be Russia did it. Biden's will say, oh, it's fucking Russia.
I don't know. And that's a concern in and of itself, that if we have drones flying around military bases and we can't identify where they came from or who's responsible.
So you're going to say that the military would see foreign drones flying over its airspace and not shoot it down? Are you fucking kidding me? Of course they'd shoot it down.
For them. I know there are a lot of commercial drones out there, and Secretary Mayorkas has talked about this. That's fine. But the ones flying over our military bases, by definition, I would say are adversarial. We need to know who is behind that because I believe they're spying. drones.
He thinks they're spy drones, right? Conspiracy theorist right here.
And the PRC, Chinese, Communist China, is very good at this stuff.
Fucking jerk off. What a jerk off. So what else we got?
Looking at your video right now, we have it in the middle of the screen. I know it's tough at night when you're using your iPhone and it's pitch black. You said you were near the water, but so it's kind of hard to see. But, you know, we've heard these reports from people, but hearing it from you, Rich, as our investigative reporter, knowing you, knowing the kind of work you do, it is kind of freaky to hear you say that that you couldn't identify it. Describe it a little more. I mean, how big? And, you know, when I think of a drone, you think of like the, you know, it's got the four, it's almost like a
I would absolutely love to see one of these things. I'm going to be up all night looking for them.
Helicopter with the four rotors. Are these not, do these look different than that?
They look different. They almost look like a U-shaped or a V-shaped. They didn't make a sound. It was, you know, a couple 100 feet above us. They, you just didn't know what you were looking at. It was moving across the sky very quietly, and we kept saying to each other.
You know, what's ringing in my ears right now is Trump saying something's going on. I want to watch this and then I want to watch what Trump says again after watching all this.
They're like, Nick and I are like, what are we looking at? Like, are you getting the shot, and what the heck are we filming? There's a couple shots you can see where you can see that it's fixed wing, and it doesn't look like a plane. It almost looks like inverted. It sounds crazy as I say this now, Brian, like that's what you're seeing on the screen. That's what we were seeing right above our heads.
Why is it crazy? Why is it so crazy to see very advanced technology flying over your fucking head? It's just it's the inevitable. As George Orwell said in 1984, this is the inevitable. Total surveillance state. I would lean more in that direction. Don't blame China. Blame the United States government for wanting to surveil. Like desensitizing people to shit flying over their head and spying on them while they're in their backyard, in their pool with their kids.
And it happened till about 11:30 at night. And then it started to like die off. And I was like, we can stay out here all night. But I went to bed. This is my community. I've never seen these things in the sky over my community before.
Right.
I went to bed thinking like, this is wild. These things are flying over our homes, over our residences.
Yeah.
There's a military Earl, which is a munitions depot just like about 1.5 miles behind me. They've reported sightings.
There's no way on fucking earth that would have been a foreign fucking thing flying over a military. Impossible. And the military is acknowledging they saw it and they didn't shoot it down. Then they shoot down the Chinese balloon, and now they're going to let drones fly over their property. Not going to happen.
Of these things above, and they said they're ready to take action if they need to. This is for naysayers out there, like, this is real.
Yeah.
So how many did you see at once, Rich? Was it just the one, or?
Well, no, I think we would see a couple at a time in various parts of the sky.
All right, so I'm convinced that it's happening. Now, let's listen to Trump one more time. The incoming president, what is Trump saying?
Good to see you.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey ports? It seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage.
Trump is telling you point blank that there is no mystery. There's no mystery here. Ask the military and they will tell you what the fuck it is. They will tell you exactly what it is, where they were built. They could probably see the serial numbers on the fucking things. They probably have a few. If it's not theirs, they definitely have a couple.
They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it.
They blast it.
Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people. And they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster. Want to know the truth.
So that's all you got to really know. Trump is telling you point blank what's going on. Whew. So there are drones. There's no doubt about it. Let's go briefly into the January 6th Capitol riot while we got a couple of minutes. Trump's pardons of January 6th Capitol riots will reverse genuine judicial abuse. Trump in the headlines right now. So I don't really know what to say about this. All right. On his first day in office, President Donald Trump promises he will pardon at least some of the 1,500 or so people who have been charged with crimes in connection with the riots of the United States Capitol on January 6th. Now, needless to mention that there have been so many riots, and why did the riots on January 6th end up in people doing very, very long-term prison sentences? And everywhere else, in every other city in America, nothing happened. Those people were disorderly conduct. They were handcuffed for about an hour and then let go. Most of the rioters, that's what happens, unless there's some sort of violence involved, like real violence, not swinging fucking, cardboard sticks at each other like people do at rallies and riots all the time. People get heated at riots. And so anyway, on this first day, so Trump is going to do these pardons. That's what I think. They include 169 defendants charged with using a deadly, dangerous weapon. What is a deadly, dangerous weapon? A fucking a crowd, one of those stands? Come on. What is a dangerous weapon? A dangerous weapon is the gun that the cop used to shoot Ashley Babbitt in the face and kill her on the floor of the Capitol. How many people have gotten shot dead in the Capitol? Ask yourself this question. How many people on January 6th have gotten shot? How many people, scratch that, how many people have ever gotten shot and killed in the fucking Capitol, the United States Capitol? How many? How many people? One that I know, Ashley Babbitt got shot in the face at the Capitol. And that's fucked up, right? So when history is written, whoever got shot inside the Capitol? A cop shot a person for no real reason, for climbing through a window at a rally. So it looks like look. I'm gonna kill it on this because I don't really know what to say about this. I know Liz Cheney's in a lot of trouble. Here's what's gonna happen. Trump is going to come in. He's going to start issuing pardons to the low-hanging fruit, the people who just happen to be there and maybe threw their water bottle in the direction of a cop or something like that. Like those people are going to go walk right out the fucking door, and the people who conspired, quote, conspired, seditious conspiracy, insurrection at the top of the argument, those people also are going to be immediately discharged because there was no insurrection. There is no fucking higher plot here. It's just angry people petitioning their government to listen to what they say about election fraud in this country. They enter the Capitol, they break nothing except a couple of doors and windows, and that's the end of the story. So those people will be gone as well, all the higher, quote, brass of the event. Now, the people in the middle somewhere, the people that, you punch a cop in the face or you tackle a police officer, you try to take his gun, something like that becomes gray. It becomes like not quite so punishable like, years and years in prison but there will be, I would say Trump will leave some minor consequences to the people that got ultra violent, but certainly not any of the organizers and certainly not any of the regular participants at the event. And I would say the January 6th people definitely get out there and write letters to Trump. Don't let it go by and just expect Trump to do it because Trump's going to have a lot of shit on his hand when he gets in there. So. How's speaking of Trump, how's his stock doing? Yay! Trump's stock up 2.5% this morning. Yesterday, the markets got slammed because they thought that Jerome Powell said that he's going to go light on the the interest rates. They're not going to drop the interest rates quite so quickly. So interest rates may stay steady right here, maybe 4% or so. And the markets don't like that. They like very low interest rates. But we're green today. We got a rebound going on. NASDAQ up 200. Dow Jones Industrial Average, where are you? Dow Jones up 300 this morning. S&P 500 up 44. So we're all in the green right now. A bit of a scare going on. Tesla up 15 right now. Microsoft up 5. Technology bouncing bigly right now. And but Trump stock DJT 35 almost $36 a share, going up. So Marcus Conte reporting. Thank you all for joining me. Drones are real. Drones in America right now appear to be very, very real. And keep looking up. Always have your camera with you. Look, I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here online, right? I'm live streaming, but I always have my phone within reach. Always have your phone with you. Always have your camera. Even when I'm sitting doing nothing, the camera is there. And those are the most inspirational moments, when you're just sitting there daydreaming, right? Or you're walking around your community and a car-sized drone flies over your fucking head. Marcus Conte reporting.